Welcome everyone, it's Joe here, and today's lesson is all about muscle building workout plans that you can follow and how to do them. So what we'll cover today: the purpose of training, progressive overload, what that is, frequency and intensity, the workouts that I recommend, explained, and DOMs and illness. So the purpose of your strength training is to maintain and build your muscle mass, not to burn calories. It will still help burn calories, but that's not the main purpose. At least it's not in the beginning. As I explained in a previous lesson, when you build muscle, you increase metabolic rate, but this happens over time, so it's more of a long game. It's a long game, but it compounds over time. So the longer you do it and the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the more effective it becomes. So what is progressive overload? Well, if calories are the key factor in your nutrition, then progressive overload is a key factor to your training. Now, in order for muscles to grow and get stronger, the stress placed on the body has to gradually increase. Now, this stress has to be greater than what your body is currently used to so that it has a reason to adapt. Now, in this case, to build muscle and subsequent strength. Now, the simplest way to do this is either to increase the weight you use or increase the repetitions that you do with the same amount of weight. So if you keep lifting the same amount of weight for the same number of sets and reps for the next year, your body it won't change, it won't improve. Frequency and intensity. So the program has you training either lower or upper body at a minimum frequency of 2 times per week. Now this is based on current research that shows a 2 times per week frequency provides sufficient volume for growth. Now in terms of intensity of training, you should stop 1 to 2 reps shy of failure. You shouldn't be training to failure. A failure means you shouldn't be training to a point where you can no longer do the rep. This may seem counterintuitive, but it will help you maintain greater overall power and volume during the workout. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the workout plans now. So this is the workout for home, for doing at home without equipment, okay? Focus, lose body fat, build and expose muscle. So the workouts are split into beginner and advanced. They're further categorized into lower body, upper body, and mixed lower and upper body workouts. The goal is to do a workout at least 2 times per week with at least 1 rest day between workouts. Practicing progressive overload is essential, as I mentioned earlier. So make sure you're improving each time you repeat a workout. This means increase the reps or the sets, or potentially reducing your rest period in between the sets. Keeping a training journal for this purpose is strongly recommended. Now, you can click an exercise to view a video demonstration of it, and consult your physician before beginning this program, as you would, with any exercise plan. If you choose not to obtain the consent of your physician and/or work with your physician throughout the course of coaching with myself, I guess you're agreeing to accept full responsibility for your actions. Basically, be sensible and you'll be fine. And turn on, some music that gets you pumped up and get started. So, let's do an example. Here we have home workout, lower body, and it's graded as beginner, okay? If I scroll down, I have a home workout and it's upper body and it's for beginners. We've got mixed lower and upper body, beginner. And then I have advanced. So as you progress, you can move to advanced, or if beginner was too simple for you, you can go straight to advanced. Lower body, upper body, lower body. So the first exercise, body weight squats. You can click that link to view how to do it. And then this is the reps or time. So it will either be 10 reps or repetitions, how many times you do it, or seconds, in this case time, holding something or doing something for a set amount of time. In set 1, set 2 and set 3. So for bodyweight squats, you do 10 repetitions and you can tick that off. So you can take a 30-second rest in between moving to the next one. Then you would do this double leg glute bridges, 10 reps, tick. You can take a 30-second rest, run in place. So you do this for 30 seconds. Tick, 30-second rest, reverse alternate lunges. So 5 reps each side, because they're like one leg and then the other. So you do that, so that's a total of 10 reps. Tick that. 30-second rest in between the exercise, and then single leg kickbacks. Again, they're one side each, so you do 5 reps each side, and you tick that. Now, after you've done the full set, you can rest for 3 minutes after each full set, if you want. Now, as part of progressive overload, one thing you can do is lower the amount of rest in between sets, or lower the amount of rest at the end of the full set. And then once you've done these 5, you go back up here and you do it again. Bodyweight squats, 10 reps. Until you've done it all the way through 3 times. And if, of course, you can scale it how you want. So if 3 sets is far too difficult, then you can start with just doing 1 set. You'll improve very fast. That's the best part about being a beginner. You improve really fast. So you see results almost straight away. And then if we go down here and work out upper body advance, it's the same thing. So we have closed grip push-ups. So you do 3 sets of 10 reps. Then reverse crunches, 3 times 15 reps. We have mountain climbers, 3 times 30 seconds. Sit-ups, 3 times 10 reps. Lateral plank walks, 3 times 5 reps each side. And again, you can take 30-second rest in between exercises if needed. You can rest for 3 minutes after each full set. Now, I recommend you print this off and use it to, as you go, to write down, to tick off what you've done, or write down how many reps you did, perhaps if you didn't quite manage to do them all. And then, you can also time the full workout, and that's always good incentive because you'll always want to beat your previous time. So at the end, you could write down the total time it took for you to finish the whole thing. You can write that underneath or up here, and then next time you go about it, you can try and beat that time. Now, I also have workouts for the gym. Again, these are split into beginner and advanced, again categorized into lower body, upper body, and mixed. The goal is also to do 2 times per week. Definitely have a rest, at least 1 day rest between workouts. Progressive overload, of course, is essential. Now, in this instance, make sure you're improving each time you repeat a workout. This means you can increase the weight, all the reps and the sets, or reduce the reduce the rest periods. And again, keep a training journal. Now, what weight do you start with then? So here, when choosing a weight to start with, you use what we call a rate of perceived exertion scale, or RPE scale. So this is a numbered scale from 1 to 10, 1 being super easy and 10 being, I'm dead. And you use that to gauge how hard a set felt when you first start picking a weight. So here's the scale here. So 1, I used this weight, it was very light. I didn't feel like I was holding anything. And then we get down to, vigorous, it was very hard, maximum effort, feels impossible, completely out of breath, unable to talk. So this helps you gauge where you are. So the goal is to stay between 7.5 to 8.5 on the scale, which means it's heavy enough for you to complete all the reps, but not so heavy you went to complete failure. And of course not so light that there was no stimulus. So we're looking for 7.5 to 8.5. Basically on the verge of becoming uncomfortable, short of breath, can speak a sentence, difficult to maintain exercise intensity, hard to speak more than a single word. So be aiming more in this yellow area here. Now, so you stick with that weight until you can do all of the reps required in the set. So if the plan says to do 10 reps, but you only manage 8 with the weight you choose before moving to the next activity because you couldn't do any more, then next time you do the workout, use the same weight. So make sure you write down or just remember what weight you used and stick with that weight until you can hit 10 reps before you increase it, because we don't want to get injuries. So once you can do all the reps and sets at a given weight, even if it was really hard, you need to practice progressive overload, right? You need to increase the weight, and only do it in small increments. So about 1 to 2 kilos for upper body things with arms, and 2 to 5 kilos on lower body lifts, so which is legs. Again, you can click an exercise to view a video demonstration of it. Consult, again, consult your physician first. Basically, be sensible and you'll be fine. And yeah, turn on some music and get started. And look, it looks the same here. We've got kettlebell deadlifts, hip abduction, etc., etc. It's all the same as the home workout. Basically, you need a gym though, so you need equipment there. Okay, so what is DOMS? So DOMS is an acronym for Delayed Onset Muscle Soreness. It's a muscle soreness that comes on about 24 to 36 hours after working out. It can linger for 2 to 4 days afterwards. So DOMS is not a bad thing. I guess it's a good sign that you worked a certain muscle group. And like newbies, if you're new to it all, you will always feel DOMS in the beginning. But the more you train, the less sore you will be. And that's perfectly okay. In fact, the more often you train, the more it reduces DOMS to a point where you won't even experience DOMS anymore. So the goal with your training should not be to experience it. It should be to progress each session, whether this is by doing more reps or sets or lifting more weight than the week prior. And you'll be able to keep track of this by writing it on your workout plan. Lastly, if you're unwell, if you only have a slight sore throat, runny or congested nose, you can lift. However, if you're really feeling run down and have joint muscle ache, temperature, headaches, then don't exercise. I think just focus on recovery. It's more important. Okay, so just to recap this lesson, we looked at the purpose of training, progressive overload, frequency being 2 times per week at least that we want to train, with intensity being 1 to 2 reps short of failure. I've explained the workouts, so if you're confused, go back and watch those. Remember, you can click the workout itself to watch a video of how to do it. And then I looked at DOMS and what to expect about that, and illness and whether or not you should train. Okay, everyone, so that wraps up this lesson. I hope you enjoy the workouts. Of course, you don't have to do those workouts either. These are just suggestions for people who haven't already got something to do. It is important for your health, not necessarily weight loss, but definitely for your health. And it will eventually help with the weight loss as well if you're regularly exercising. So it's a good time to get started.